considering moving to Memphis or one of its suburbs, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what I consider, and that's in my opinion, what are the 3 fastest growing suburb cities in the Memphis region. I think these 3 communities are leading the pack in growth, amenities, and lifestyle. So let's explore what makes each one of them stand out. Also, if you stay to the end, I'll be sharing something very exciting that's coming to one of these suburb cities here in our Memphis area, but you do got to stay to the end, so check it out. So for those of you that are new to my channel, welcome, and for those that are coming back, welcome back. My name is Sal, and I'm a real estate agent here in the Memphis, Tennessee local area, and I help families and individuals like yourself who are considering moving to Memphis. So I do want to lead off with this. So not too long ago, I helped a fellow and his family that he had reached out to me through one of these videos. They offered him a full-time job in one of the military bases that's in one of these suburbs. So this fellow does troubleshooting and repair work for mechanical systems. And when he reached out to me, he and his family had looked into Germantown and Collierville, which are very popular neighborhoods in our region. So when I started talking to him on what were the most important things he needed as far as for his lifestyle and family, he mentioned that he wanted a place with ample land to where he could go out on maybe some nature trails or have his kids also enjoy, nature, and also something where his commute wouldn't be too drastic to go to his new job. So after going through some options with him, we saw, even though he could afford Collierville and Germantown, we saw that those areas were not fit for his lifestyle and for what he was really searching for. So I found him the perfect house that fit his criteria. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes the most popular neighborhood won't be the best for your specific needs. So this fellow settled down in what is our first suburb in our list, which is Millington, Tennessee. All right, so let's get a bird's eye view of where Millington is located. So Millington is located just north of Memphis along Highway 51. It's 17 miles and around a 28-minute drive from downtown Memphis to Millington. Millington is experiencing significant growth driven by the Ford Blue Oval City project. And if you're not familiar with what the Blue Oval City project is, it's a massive $5.6 billion electric vehicle and battery manufacturing by the company Ford. And though it's going to be mostly for the manufacturing of EV vehicles, now a recent report is showing that they're also going to include traditional gas-powered trucks. Another major development in the Millington area is the $60 million Big Creek Resilience Park. This project will be a major flood mitigation and recreation area created with a federal grant to protect the naval support activity Mid-South and Millington from flooding, featuring wetlands, trails, and future amenities like soccer fields. This massive undertaking, funded by HUD, transforms Big Creek into a functional floodway with recreational and educational spaces, serving as a crucial ecological asset for Shelby County. Millington also has another major project underway, ideally located at the center of the 100-acre mixed-use master development plan, Millington Farms. The project is one of the largest new developments in the county, which has plans for 3 hotels, 6 medical office buildings, over 100,000 square feet of retail, and an assisted living facility. The property is just east of the shops at Millington Farms, which includes a Lowe's, Ross Dress for Less, Petco, and much more. Millington is also home to a major U.S. Navy military base. So if you're someone that serves and are getting relocated to this region, I think Millington could be a perfect choice for you. In Millington, Highway 51 is where you'll find most of your major retailers. You'll find stores like Tractor Supply, Walmart, barbecue shops, restaurants like Longhorn Steakhouse, and they also have a Whataburger, which they're fairly new to our region. There's also a Chili's, and you'll find also stores like Ross, Dress for Less, a Lowe's, and a Home Depot. So because of its growth and all this new expansion that's going on in Millington, a lot of these stores have chosen to open their doors in this city. And honestly, there's really not a need to travel into Memphis, especially if you're like wanting to shop at these kind of stores. They're right here in Millington already. You'll also see areas where there's a lot of new construction going on and new developments. And that's to show you that Millington is growing at a rapid pace. Take for example, these 3 new communities by the builder D.R. Horton. The Orchard, Riggs Point, and Huntington Estates. These are 3 to 5 bedroom houses that start in the 270s and range anywhere upwards to the 360s. And as you can see, construction is still underway. There's still a lot of lots available. These houses have a really nice charm to them. And if you want to see an in-depth review of a community of D.R. Horton homes that I did in Mississippi, I'm going to put the link on the top right hand side of the screen so you can go back to it and watch it. I'll also include the link to their website in the description of this video. At the current recording of this video, there's 50 listings in Millington, the lowest being $175,000 and the highest $875,000, with an average listing of $344,000. Now these numbers are subject to change at any time, as the market is always changing. There's new homes coming into the market and there's homes being sold. Also coming to Millington will be its first mixed-use community, Astoria Square, which will include apartments, residential single-family townhomes, a hotel, commercial retail, and office space. And it's going to be located on 80 magnificent acres in the heart of Millington, Tennessee. Astoria Square is bordered by the Millington-Memphis Airport to the north and the Resiliency Park Nature Preserve and Wetlands area to the south. The residential component of the development is planned as upscale, modern townhomes, luxury lofts, and garden apartments that will be intertwined with large areas of green space, mature trees, a private lake, and walking trails. With 25 acres of dedicated green space, residents will have access to a park, lake, walking trails, clubhouse, space for indoor functions or small gatherings, and an outdoor pool. In addition, residents will have direct access to Resiliency Park, where they can hike, bike, play, picnic, and observe the area's wildlife. So there seems to be a trend in this new type of mixed-use communities. Take for example Silo Square in South Haven, Mississippi. Very nice development with boutique shops, residencies, restaurants, cafes, all in the same vicinity to enjoy. And as you can see on the mock-up pictures, it looks like a really nice development. So I'm really excited to see how all of this is going to turn out. And there you have it, an overall charming city to consider. Alright, so this brings us to our next in our list, which is Arlington, Tennessee. And before we stroll into Arlington, if you're receiving value from this video, it would mean the world to me if you could like and subscribe, as it makes a world of a difference to my channel. It's free to you, it doesn't cost you anything, and it makes a huge difference for my channel. I would really appreciate you. So with that said, let's go into Arlington. Arlington is located northeast of Memphis, 31 miles and about a 36-minute drive from downtown Memphis. Alright, let's head on to Arlington. If you notice, on our way to Arlington, the scenery starts changing. We're going a little bit more out into the outskirts. You're going to start seeing more trees, more forest, more country. As we start coming into the town of Arlington, you'll notice that there's not like really big buildings and huge shopping centers, as Arlington is still fairly a small town, but it is rapidly growing. You'll see that it's very well upkept, and there's a lot of new facilities and businesses under construction and opening pretty soon. Now, not too long ago, Arlington opened its first Kroger, which is a grocery market that I know the residents in Arlington are very happy about. Arlington also has highly rated schools. So if schools are an interest for you, Arlington has very good schools. And as you can see, there's new developments going on in the area, which will bring new housing and businesses. One company that stands out in Arlington is Grant and Company. They have homes starting in the price range of $465,000 upwards to $665,000. These are houses with 4 to 5 beds, 3 to 4 bathrooms, 2,350 to 3,942 square feet, and 2 to 3 car garages. And they have 17 floor plans to choose from. Old Arlington Square is the heart of this growing community where small town charm meets everyday life. Lined with local shops, restaurants, and historic buildings, it's a place where neighbors gather, families stroll, and community events bring everyone together. Even as Arlington continues to grow, the town square preserves that welcoming, hometown feel that makes people fall in love with living here. At the time of this recording, there are 74 listings currently on the market, with the lowest coming in at $230,000 and the highest coming in at $1,100,000, with an average listing of about $535,000. So something noteworthy about Arlington is that if you're a nature lover, there is like over 68 acres of parks within the town limit. Arlington is one of those places that surprises people. It still has that small town charm, but it's grown in a way that makes sense for families who want space, community, and long-term value. So if this is you, I think Arlington is a great choice. So the third and last in our list is Bartlett, Tennessee. Located to the northeast of Memphis, Bartlett is about 18 miles and a 26-minute drive from downtown Memphis. Bartlett is also seeing a rapid growth with new developments. Take for example projects like Union Depot, a 75-acre development at Summer Avenue and State Road in Bartlett is being called the largest private investment in Bartlett history. Developers Grant and Company advertise it as a walkable neighborhood of 48 townhomes and 50 single-family homes starting at around $275,000 upwards to the mid $400,000 range. And as I mentioned earlier, the walkable city concept seems to be a trend that is in demand. More and more we're seeing these type of developments. What has drawn most of the people that I've helped them find a house in Bartlett has been the schools, as Bartlett City Schools are recognized as among Tennessee's best and has one of the highest graduation rates in the state. The city of Bartlett has a lot to offer. For those that will need daycares for the kiddos, there's approximately like 13 daycare centers available. Also, there's a broad array of church denominations for churchgoers. The city of Bartlett also maintains Singleton Community Center, Bartlett Recreation and Fitness, now managed by the YMCA, a Bartlett Performing Arts and Conference Center, Bartlett Senior Citizen Center, and 24 city parks. Also within the area is one of the largest municipal parks in the nation, which is Shelby Farms, with over 4,000 acres of recreational opportunities. And yes, Bartlett also has pickleball courts and as well as a cricket field. Bartlett also has an ample choice of restaurants and amenities. You can find Mexican restaurants, Indian, Korean, Chinese, Arabic, you name it. Any restaurant that you like, along with the major chain restaurants, you will find them in Bartlett. You'll also find your big retailers like Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Home Depot, and many other large retailers. And if you're a musician, you're gonna love the Guitar Center, which is located in Bartlett and has a large supply of guitars, drums, and other musical equipment. In Bartlett, you'll find venues like Dave & Buster's and The Main Event, which are places that have arcades and games for the kiddos to play, and also bowling. Also, what I've noticed in Bartlett, they have a very good police presence. So they're really strict. If you're going over a couple of miles or even maybe 1 or 2 miles above the limit, you are getting stopped. So I think that's a positive because that keeps order in the city and less accidents and less problems overall. At the time of this recording, there are 125 current listings in the market, the lowest coming in at $110,000 and the highest coming in at $625,000, with an average home price around the $351,000. So if you're looking for great schools, a sense of community, and being close to amenities, I think Bartlett would be a great choice for you. And as I promised you in the beginning of this video that I would be sharing with you something very exciting that's coming to one of these suburbs. So check this out. Opened in the late 80s, Millington was home to Memphis Motorsports Park, formerly also known as Memphis International Raceway, where legendary drivers like Kevin Harvick, Randy LaJoie, and the late Greg Biffle raced. So recently it was acquired by the International Hot Rod Association in late 2025 with a $60 million project breaking ground in January of 2026 to transform it into a multi-use entertainment hub with drag racing, dirt skirts, a concert venue, and more, bringing new life to the long dormant site. Events planned are estimated to bring 15 to 20,000 people for the events, which means big business opportunities for the city of Millington. So this news has brought a lot of excitement to us car lovers in the Memphis and surrounding areas, and I'm really excited to see how all of this is going to turn out. So in my opinion, these are the 3 fastest growing suburbs in our Memphis, Tennessee area. So if you're moving to the Memphis or North Mississippi area and have any questions or need help with your move, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm really easy to get a hold of. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put my phone number right here. You can call or text anytime. So with that said, thank you for watching, and if you're curious to find out what the cost of living is like here in Memphis, be sure to check out this video where I go into detail and talk about home prices, what the rents look like here in Memphis. I also go into local stores and show you prices on groceries, everyday living items, so you guys can compare them to your neck of the woods. So be sure to check it out, and with that said, happy house hunting, and I'll see you on the next one.